What?
thing. She went and got pretzels, and it's a great, fabulous thing. But in the time that she was gone, the universe figured out that I was alone in the office, and so I got like 5 calls back to back to back. It was great. It was fantastic.
Well, I walked down to the shop at the end.
Yes, and it has been like that all day long, and we're loving every second of it.
Did you get to eat the pretzel?
I did. Well, they're pretzel bites.
Yeah.
So yes, but I did. Yes.
Okay.
And I got a drink too because my branch manager is the best branch manager.
I thought you weren't drinking soda anymore.
I feel like you're judging me. This is a judgment-free zone.
Oh, by the way, we're live.
I know. I saw.
Wow. Hey, welcome Facebook and everyone else. TikTok, Instagram, Discord, YouTube,
Pinterest,
LinkedIn, all the others.
Yeah. I think we got them all.
Okay, so Heidi.
Steven.
There was a article published today by ABC out of Philadelphia, I believe. And this new study shows that local workers are experiencing record burnout. I think all of us during the pandemic probably can relate to burnout, but it hasn't stopped since then, right?
It definitely hasn't. If anything, I think it's gotten busier.
Yeah, it's definitely gotten busier. And so this study shows a record number of employees that say they're overworked, overstressed, and desperate for time off. I personally canceled 2 separate trips last year, that were supposed to be a time to unwind, enjoy life. Didn't happen. And I've yet to take a real vacation. The only PTO I took was for like medical procedure.
That was something that was mentioned in the article, though, was that a lot of people said, okay, I'll get rid of my PTO because there's things to do. I won't use it. But then they turned around and this year they're like, okay, now I'm going to take more than 3 weeks of vacation this year. I stocked it up.
Yeah. Well, that's a good point, though. A lot of people decided to hold on to their vacation time. They took one for the team and then another one for the team and then another one, you just didn't have a choice. It was like, if you had some sort of a heart, you're like, hey, I gotta stay for my coworkers because if I leave, it's going to be bad.
But the hard part is that that's not changing. It's getting worse. That whole, I got to stay for my coworkers because it's going to be so hard on them if I take PTO. It's I don't know, maybe this is unique to the staffing industry, but it's definitely getting busier.
Well, yeah, it is getting busier. I'm going to read a little bit from this article. So most places, and this is from a survey that was done, most places were reporting understaffed, heavier workload, feeling stressed out, but they wanted to keep their employment. So unfortunately, because a lot of people are home, it's a little more difficult to separate and get away. So I thought that was such a good perspective. It's like, not only are you working more and you're not taking PTO, but you're not going anywhere either because of the lockdowns and the mandates, whether it was a city mandate or a state mandate or a federal mandate, people just weren't going anywhere. So you couldn't disconnect.
Exactly. And it wasn't like, I think that there's a different level of it. It wasn't like you're leaving your office to go home and there's a physical disconnect. You miss that aspect when you're working from home. There's never, I left the office and I left work at the office. When you bring that work home with you and you work from home, there's never that physical barrier that keeps you from constantly thinking about work or constantly looking at your computer or getting on and just a little bit of work. I just want to make tomorrow easy, just a little bit more.
What?
Mr. Steven?
Never. Well, it did, this was kind of stung a little, it summarizes with the numbers rising of burnout. And it's been 2 years since the World Health Organization recognized burnout as an occupational phenomenon that, you should really let your people take their time off. And when they're home, let them unplug and recharge, like don't bother them. And I'm like, I'm guilty of both of those things. This is not good.
I actually thought that was really unique that the WHO just barely recognized it as a workplace phenomenon 2 years ago, because if you look at 2 years ago, that was prior to COVID. So if it's gotten bad enough in the workplace that they're finally recognizing that as a workplace phenomena, then we suddenly get jumped into COVID, where burnout's already a big thing. It's already happening across the board. Suddenly we get thrown into this pandemic that just is awful and terrible for everybody. And burnout gets to escalate even more than it already is. And then we're post-pandemic now. And rather than see things calm down and rather than, people getting back to normal, it's created this new normal where burnout is even more significant and the workloads are even more than they were before. So we saw burnout as being a huge problem prior to COVID. Then COVID starts and suddenly it's this huge, uncontrollable thing now.
And then your boss doesn't let you not work when you get home. He just makes you keep working more and more. Answer those text messages, emails, get that action plan out, fill those orders.
And with COVID, there was certain things that we had to, adjust to. We put a lot more of like the text messages from work on our cellular devices or the emails, connected to the phone. There's just certain things that we had to put in place due to COVID. And some of those things that maybe made it easier to work from home or maybe made that information more readily accessible has now transformed the workplace to where it's very hard to get away from work once you get home. It's no longer, I need my laptop to be able to work. Everything has shifted to where maybe you don't need your laptop to be able to work, or maybe you don't need to be physically in the office to do the same job, that you are able to do it at home.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So my takeaway, Heidi, was let my people disconnect and unwind when they get home, let them take some time off. And then I myself need to disconnect when I get home and take some time off. So guess what, Heidi?
Are you going on PTO?
I'm gonna miss Monday next week. I'm only gonna do internal payroll, and then I'm gonna be not working. I'll only check my email every 3 or 4 hours.
I love how that's not working for you.
And then in 2 weeks, Heidi, I'm gonna go to Miami for 3 days.
Do it.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to Miami.
And
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Don't bring a laptop.
I'm just booking a flight, heading to Miami, and then I'll take some time off.
Silence your phone.
I don't know how to. It doesn't have the silent button on it.
No, but it really is important that you get your employees trained to where you can take time off like that and not have to constantly be checking your email because nobody else can handle those problems.
Right.
It very much so is a
problem. It's problematic when you have a dual screen phone, Heidi, and you're trying to not work at home.
I've been telling you this for how long now, Stephen?
And I have a second phone in my backpack.
It's a problem.
It's a problem. Okay. Great topic.
But leadership also is example, Stephen. If you don't take time off, there's a lot of people that would like to get into those leadership positions. And if as a leader, you are not showing that you can take that time off or that you're willing to take that time off, a lot of people will want to follow their boss's example and say, I want to get there. I want to impress my boss.
You just laid on all this guilt.
I'm really good at that. No, but if you're not doing it, then somebody else is going to say, I want that position. I want to impress my boss. So when I'm on PTO, I'm going to do what they do, because then they're going to be like, oh, that's a good worker. And I'm going to get those promotions.
That's terrible.
So take the time off. It's important that you as a supervisor take the time off as well, not just your associates or your employees, but to also encourage them to take that time off and to show them what that time off looks like.
Lead by example.
Lead by example.
I'm gonna go home and cry now.
I'm sorry, Stephen.
Okay. Hey, sometimes I learn more from bad leaders than I do good leaders. So maybe that's what I'm doing for you.
Well, just, yeah.
Let's leave it at that. Okay. Now, let's talk about jobs.
Ooh,
So on the
this is my
ticker,
favorite thing for this. I come to these shows for this.
Right there. We're hiring internal Elwood positions. We continue to grow. Looking for
Come work
recruiters.
with me.
I believe Heidi and Paula there are looking for a full-time recruiter.
We are. And I'm super excited. We have a desk. It's all set up and it's ready. And we are excited to have someone here in the office. If you are interested, please let Steven know, or you're welcome to get a hold of me. And we would love to talk with you about our opening.
Just get a hold of Heidi. She's going to interview you anyways and decide if she likes you or not.
Hey, we've got to make sure that, you're comfortable working with me and I'm comfortable working with you. We want this to be a happy, friendly environment.
Because it's certified by Dave. So.
Yes, absolutely. So if you live in Cattle County, Cache County, and you're
or Franklin County,
and you want to become a staffing recruiter with Elwood Staffing, definitely give that branch a call. Talk to Heidi, talk to Paula. You can email me your resume at steven.farrell@elwoodstaffing.com. It's right there, somewhere there.
It's coming. It's right there. You go.
There it is.
Wait, it goes this way.
And we've got recruiter and on-site positions in the Ogden area if you're interested. So why not work for the best of the best, Heidi?
Absolutely. And it's a great work environment over here. I love working with Elwood Staffing. So.
Aw, me too.
I was talking about for Paula, but it's okay.
Oh, okay.
You too, Steven. You too.
Okay, so like 3 weeks ago, Heidi, we had like 1,000 openings in just like northern.
We got real close to that 1,000 opening number. I don't know if we quite hit 1,000, but we got real close.
It was close. And now we're down to just a couple hundred. So it's really dwindled down. Back then I was like, hey, it's a job seeker market. Pick your own shift. Tell us what you want to work and how much you want to make. And this is like the most unique opportunity in the world. And some people listened and got some great jobs. And so that is winding down now. The people are starting to jump back into the market and get those jobs. So it's not too late. Pick the best job that's the right fit for you and your family. A job that if you're looking to grow your career, have the right company to help you do that with. Now's the time. The window's getting smaller and smaller, Heidi. And so
definitely is.
If you're interested, give us a call, any one of our branches. Also, you can jump online at elwoodjobs.com and let's help you find the right fit. We've got a lot of great companies. We hire for the best companies in Northern Utah. We've got some great positions, all in the light industrial space. We have some clerical positions, but we'd love to chat with you. So give us a call and come work for the best of the best.
What's really unique is that before it was probably 10 to 15 openings on each shift in every company, but now we still see that variety, but we're down to like 1 or 2, maybe 3 or 4 openings on these certain shifts. So we are getting to the point where we're like, I would love to get you set up here. We can see if there's another opening. I can message the company and see if there's another opening. I just can't guarantee anything. So while there's still that opportunity to say, hey, do you still have one of these shifts, or can you squeeze in another person in there, while there's still that opening and that opportunity, definitely come and give us a call. Don't hesitate, because I bet you anything in a week or 2, we'll be like, sorry, there's no more openings there. These are the ones that we've got. Let's try to fit you to one of these.
Yep. Great point. All right. Well, with that, I just got word preliminary that we're going to have a job fair, multi-day job fair at Autoliv next week on the 24th and 25th. So that'll be a Thursday and a Friday. So if Friday doesn't work, come on Thursday. If Thursday doesn't work, come on Friday. That'll be from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. So come check us out there next week.
Are all shifts still open? Do we still have day, swing, and grave?
Yeah, I think so.
Possibly.
I don't know. Possibly.
Get a hold of the company, see if we've got it.
Call a recruiter.
I told you we're at that point right now where it's, hang on, let me get a hold of the company real quick, see if I've got any more openings there. I know I filled the previous ones, but let me see if there's any extras.
All right. Well, on that note, let's end it with this, Heidi. You ready?
I'm ready, Steven.